shit, Jamie, what's up?
Summoned by the gremlin Haruko, I guess. Same energy.
Alright.
Same chaotic energy. No, I imagine Jamie might have been expecting the
picture you sent her?
Yes, because I was working on that all yesterday and most of the day outside of going out with Ellen, which sorry to disappoint. We probably won't do that one for a couple of weeks because I still have to.
Jamie says she's eating pizza. Finished fanfic chapter early for the first time in a while.
Nice, that's good. Well, to hear it. Yeah, I haven't had dinner yet.
No, you haven't.
I probably should. I'll probably make just a smoothie and call it a day. It's like way late. It's like, yeah, there's probably no reason to eat like too heavy of stuff. I might just have sleep for dinner. Who knows? Mm-hmm. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how I'm feeling in the third act.
Yeah, right.
Fucking love the soundtrack to this.
Oh, definitely.
I think the pillows are like kind of I want to say an underrated band. I don't really know how to describe it. Like the fact that they can do an entire album and have each song sound very unique, and have like you can tell it's still the same band, but each song has a unique flavor to it is very hard to do.
Yeah.
So I don't know how to describe that. Like. It's tough. I want to talk about oh yeah, because you can't most bands can't even do that without sounding too much like the same each time, or if they do too different or anything like that, it ends up sounding weird or doesn't sound like them at all.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's hard to say, but basically the Pillows do a very good job of being able to make a very unique sound for each song they produced for Fooly Cooly, and just in general they have a very unique way they go about making music that I really enjoy. Yeah, right on a shooting star.
That song's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When the kissing goes the future, and a kiss on me down, just away.
Man, I would love to watch that shit again. It's been so long.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if we do that though, we're gonna finish all of them.
Yeah, because we have Grunge that's coming out again at some point.
Yeah, so I mean, we just need to finish. We never watched the third one,
which was,
or was it the second one? Because they were done in a weird order over here.
Yeah,
I think it was the second one, because originally the third one was dub only, I think, or something, or hadn't aired yet, I think, or something. Over here. Because their release order is weird. They were reversed, in America and Japan.
Because we saw progressive. We didn't see alternative.
Yeah. They were released differently, between the two regions.
Which was weird, to say the least.
Yeah, just kind of an odd way to do things. I don't really know why. Just to be Fooly-Cooly, I guess.
Yeah, probably. So what even is Fooly-Cooly?
Yeah, what even is that,
man? It's Fooly-Cooly.
Yeah.
I love that.
Bro, if I have to explain it, you don't know.
I love that was actually like in one of the episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, hey man, what even is fucking Haruko anyway?
You're not wearing your eyebrows.
Yeah, the fucking.
I love that shit.
That fucking guy.
That guy is fucking awesome.
Yeah, I also just love that like all like the conspiracy is always just kind of really dumb.
It's just very weird and kind of like doesn't fully make too much sense.
Because
but
yeah,
it's like whatever, fuck it. This shit is tight, you know.
Yeah, because this show is very like again like rock and roll, like very doesn't make much sense.
Yeah, you have to watch it like once or twice, and even then you're kind of like, I think I get what they're going for, you know.
Yeah, because I think originally the most like thing I can understand from it is it's like kind of like a coming of age story talking a little bit about like puberty and
yeah, that's the character's struggle. And then there's the whole thing with like Medical Mechanica and the Pirate King and all of this shit. Like the Space Pirate King or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like Adamus or something.
Something like that.
And like Haruko and shit like that. All that weird shit that's not fully explained. And like whatever I forgot what the deal was with Conti, with like the robot.
Yeah.
You know, shit like that.
I just know that one chick is really into Conti.
Oh, yeah. Because she was playing the game, the Firestarter game.
Yeah.
The Prodigy game. Where you burn the city down on your, like, fucking Game Boy or whatever that was she was playing it on. I don't think it's a phone game.
No.
It's a giant iron, and they're gonna iron our brains smooth. Get out the wrinkles. That's how you think.
Yeah, just
like the crazy stuff. Yeah, I really liked it. It's a visual experience.
Definitely.
That's what I would say.
I like the joke where it's like it's in manga. And they're like, bro, do you know this is actually much harder to animate than it is to actually animate this scene?
Yeah.
Oh, Gynax.
Dude, yeah, they're so good.
Let a kiss think of the future.
Yeah, I was gonna say, they're not really doing anything anymore, right? Because everyone relevant left and became Trigger, right?
I don't know, actually.
That's what I'm looking up. They don't really have anything
going
on. Yeah, their last animated TV show was like from 2015.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because that's what I thought. Because like,
they
got split up, right?
Yeah, that's what I remember. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, because they like broke up from what I remember, and then they formed Trigger.
That's why we'll never get a season 2 of Panty and Stocking.
Right.
And the kids think of the future.
Oh, change the name of the studio. That's why. Okay.
What's the name of the studio now?
It's just Gyna, which looks a little weird.
Yeah, that's a little weird, but sure.
Yeah, it's Gaina. So that's definitely Gyna, yeah. Oh, thank you. Jamie says this is looking good. Her expression looks great.
Thank you. She's a derpy character, and you gotta make sure to throw that in there. Or else it just doesn't feel like her.
So they changed their name, and it looks like they've worked on some stuff, but I don't really know any of these shows. It says they got bought up by someone and then their name was changed and then it looks like they haven't worked on fucking shit. Because like I said, I remember when the whole thing got, like, you know, the studio basically imploded on itself when, like, they split up.
Yeah.
Because that had a lot to do with, like, Ano and the other guy. There's someone else, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But they did do some of the best stuff ever, so...
That's true.
End of story. No one can take that from them.
You can take our company, but you can't take our freedom.
Alright.
Or you can't crush my spirit.
Right. I always think
my spirit.
I think of from part 8 when Toru is like, that would, what does he say? He's like, dreams and memories, you know, that which remains when it is over.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you know, it's like, this stays, you know, like, that's kind of like art, you know, the process of making it is done, you know, and it stays around. Like, it's there forever. Usually. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So, especially in this age, it's like weird when you can't find something now, you know? Like,
It's true.
if you're going to tell me, you know, like, all of a sudden it was just like, you can't get any episodes of, you know, X anime made, for, you know, if all of a sudden you just couldn't find an episode of Demon Slayer season 2 or whatever. It's like, what? You know? It's like, that doesn't make any sense, you know?
They don't want money?
That's like, they're just gone. Like, it's just gone. Like, you know? Like, what? Like, you can't even watch you know, the best thing you have is some guy who recorded TV broadcasts on his VHS, you know?
Yeah.
Some shit like that at best. Even then, you know, there's stuff that doesn't even have stuff like that, you know, from back in the day.
Yeah, like, you can't find the sub version of the original Zoid's Chaotic Century.
Oh, really?
No, that just doesn't exist. There's no Blu-rays for it. There's Blu-rays for it, but no one ever went and bothered to subtitle it.
Oh, okay.
Like, I already...
Well, I'm talking about, like, you straight up can't even, like, lost media kind of stuff.
No, I understand what you're saying. I'm just telling you that that's something I have recently remembered experiencing when I was trying to watch the subtitled version.
I used to have a subtitled version that I thought. It wasn't Blu-ray, though, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Because this was quite a while ago. Yeah, it's just interesting to think about that, because that's how it is for, like, very old shows, you know, like from the black and white days. They just, you know, they were just broadcast, you know, and that was it, you know, usually.
Pretty much, yeah.
Some of those shows you can't find. I think there's a bunch of Doctor Who episodes that are like that are just missing forever.
Yeah, I do remember that. That's actually a thing.
I know the first episode of Moonlight Mask isn't available anywhere. I think like the Japanese Blu-rays don't have it because it just doesn't exist. There's like no way to get it.
Mm-hmm.
There is... I always forget which episode it is. I think it's the one where Shinji gets like sucked into the black and white like orb angel.
Yes.
The master tape for that is gone.
Yeah, because that one like I think caught like fire or something like that.
I don't know what happened to it, but it's just does not exist. So like every just re-release of it, they try to clean it up because it looks like shit.
Yeah.
Because they only have, like, some other version of it. Like, it can't be made to look as good as any of the other ones. You know?
No,
It'll always look worse quality in whatever version you're watching. You'll all of a sudden just be like, why is this episode just, like, it's not coming together, man? Yeah, they just try to fix it up every time. Yeah, the master tape for that is just gone. I know there's games like that where the source code is just gone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so the company can't really do re-releases of stuff unless they're basically bootlegging their own game, you know?
Hey, man.
And yet they still get mad at the people who emulate, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that's welcome to Nintendo. Enjoy your stay.
Yeah, exactly.
I do love all the memes where it's like that Patrick meme. It's like, there's people who want to buy this. So you want to give them money to incentivize paying for a product. Normal. Makes sense to me. So you should definitely put it on the e-store. No, we're not doing that.
No, we're not doing that.
No. And pirating is bad. Don't do that.
Yeah, exactly.
We will not make it available to you, and please do not pirate it.
Yeah. There will be no legal way for you to ever play this. Have fun. Right.
That's how it goes, you know. That's why you just gotta steal everything.
Yeah, definitely. I just always think that's weird, though. It's like, why are we like this? Why if we like just made this really obviously kind of bad decision? Like, what does it cost you to have it up on the e-store is what I want to know.
Yeah, exactly.
I just want to know where that report is. Like,
I can understand if it's like, you know, a game that was never translated into English, you know, and they're like, no, we're not going to translate it because we don't think we'll make enough money, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But just a game that, like, you know, exists, you know?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
I know, like, they're just never going to translate Mother 3, apparently. It's like, it's not on their, like, to-do list.
Yeah.
They have, like, no intentions. So if you want to play it, you have to play it illegally, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is like, all right, yeah, sure, man. Just make bad decisions. Fine. we'll find it ourselves. We'll figure out a way to play this game.
Well, apparently, speaking of pirating stuff, apparently, I forgot to mention this. I think I read this correctly. Crunchyroll is kind of walked back, either further explain or walked back the, like, no free model anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it was pretty much like, I think everyone is kind of guessing that it's like after those seasons are over, you'll be able to watch the shows on the free version, and that apparently the free version will still exist. I'm not sure. I can't remember. I read this like about a week and a half ago now.
Yeah.
So, because they came out and tried to clarify it more or walked back or something.
Probably a mix. I mean, like...
Yeah, I'm not sure. You know?
Because again, definitely like, oh, I know, if they kill that free version...
Man...
Thus,
you think those people are subscribing? They're not. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. What was it? Thus, the great age of piracy.
That's what, yeah, people were making that joke. Yeah.
That fucking killed me.
Yeah.
It's like, it's so true, though. Like, I'm not fucking paying for that now.
I'm not paying for... I don't like paying for streaming stuff mostly anyway.
Like,
I'm just paying for stuff I don't own.
Yeah.
And like we said last time, the crucial play is to first illegally download it, watch it, later buy it, but never watch the version you bought and continue to watch the bootleg you have because you know the subs are better.
Yeah.
That's the pro play. Oh, got really dark on something. I can't trip it. Got the screen to lighten up a little bit.
But yeah, no.
Yeah, that's the pro play. Because, like, I have Evangelion, the DVDs, and I might buy those Blu-rays. I don't remember which dub is on them, or if it's both. There was, like, a big limited edition set, but I think it was, like, European or something a while back, which is annoying. Because there is some European company that does, like, a lot of cool limited releases for anime. I just know it was really hard to get. It's also just way more convenient to watch the bootlegs on your computer, than have to open up the DVD cases and everything.
I mean, yeah, I also...
Honestly.
My thing is I usually like to directly support the creators and that I buy their manga. Because most anime I watch usually is a manga.
Yeah. I buy more mangas than I buy anime anyway.
Because that also directly helps them out. Because, yeah, again, I want to support the artists in any way, shape, or form. But, like, most of the people making money off of the anime are not the artists. In most cases. I think Oda's, like, the only exception to that rule.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was, like, very smart with his negotiations.
He's like the George Lucas of anime. Because, like, he actually gets a say in, like, a lot of the other stuff they make from his properties.
Yeah. Plus, I guess it's probably just because of the fact that the property itself just makes, like, so much fucking money.
Yeah, so much money.
I do love that One Piece is just, like, utterly wonderful and just...
Oh, man.
So fucking great right now.
It's so good right now. Yeah. Oh, man. It's a great time to be alive.
Oh, yeah. It is a great time to be alive and to be a One Piece fan.
Right. The sun comes up and you're glad to see it.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
It really is.
Why, you want to ask? One Piece.
About One Piece. I love that screen cap from Inuyashiki that's just like, man, One Piece was crazy good this week.
Yeah.
That like everyone will post.
Yeah.
That one always kills me.
I remember someone was like, can we move on from this one? Because this fucking guy is a murderer.
He's a One Piece fan first.
It is.
Y'all are out here justifying all your ooh murder babies, and you can't even let us use this.
It's fair.
That's all I have to say.
Ooh, is it June already?
Maybe.
Fucking what the fuck? Like,
yeah, I don't know. Maybe something else out there hitting the... Ash is dying at the ooh murder babies. You never heard that? I've heard that and stuff.
Oh yeah.
He's my ooh murder boy.
He's my ooh psycho killer.
Yeah.
Kaskusei.
Yeah, right? He may have slaughtered thousands, but he's just a little cinnamon roll. You haven't given him a chance. You know? That kind of thing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
Wes, you need to get your terminology straight.
Okay, what?
We call them little meow meows now.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
Okay.
All
to
right.
get the heat off of the murder part?
Yes.
Got ya. Okay.
Why don't we just do it?
There's been some new speak lately, it seems.
Can't you just call him my little genocide boy?
Yeah, exactly.
My little Hitler. Little Hitler. Why is that actually from something? I just jokingly sang that, and I feel like that's actually from something.
I really don't know. Maybe. Was that from that Robot Chicken?
Maybe.
Where they're like in the classroom?
That sounds right.
Jamie says no, cinnamon rolls don't kill people. Jamie also says poor little meow meow. So did they change that phrasing to make it less problematic, allegedly?
Fuck, man, I don't know.
Now I just know when I hear someone say that, they mean they're saying murder baby. Guys, it's 2020. It's problematic to have murder baby ooh boyfriends. We need to change it to meow meows.
Might as well. Whatever. As long as you're not hurting anybody, if IRL,
Yeah, right.
It's probably fine. Probably.
Yeah, from the Robot Chicken or Matt TV or something. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's from Robot Chicken, I think. You think it evolved from Catboys? I mean, but
Catboy is different.
that's just an actual Catboy, though.
Yeah, because catboys don't fucking usually murder people. Except it's like that one cat from Hunter x Hunter, but that's like the only...
I kicked the camera there.
I feel like that's the only catboy that I have known to be a psychotic murderer. To be fair, I don't recall very many catboy characters, but, you know.
Yeah, I mean, the one from ReZero, I don't think murdered anyone.
Usually there's a wiki that has, like, crimes that characters have committed.
Yes.
I remember that character that from, like, Kobayashi had, like, genocide.
Yeah.
The fucking giant-titted one.
Yeah.
That was coming up in the new season that everyone was excited for. And I was like... I remember seeing a post saying, yeah, this person committed genocide. Why the fuck does anyone, like, want this?
Well, they have big titties, you know, so they want them to genocide all over their face, you know. Obviously.
That joke feels a little confused there. I'm not gonna...
Look, the whole concept is confusing. Like...
That's fair.
I don't know. This is like the people who are like, I wish Gasuno was my girlfriend, you know? Like, this makes no sense.
Yeah.
I don't know what there is to get besides, some psychiatric help for these people.
Probably, yeah. Like, liking characters that are murderers is fine. Don't get me wrong.
Let's see, hold on. Jamie says, no, there are Catboys who are cats. Then there are Catboys as in the personality type. You just see a character and know that's a Catboy.
Oh, you mean like Ogata?
Oh, okay.
Like Ogata is clearly a cat, like just the way his eyes are drawn.
Yeah, that's true.
And in fact,
he has murdered a lot of people. So
Yes.
I guess this is kind of making sense now, because only a cat character would commit tons of murder, and not be bothered by it.
I guess
Like cats in real life.
Again, I feel like this.
It's best not to think about it, probably.
Yeah, I think
It's not our fandom.
Yeah, it's not us. We're just old.
We're just old
fogies.
Yeah, we're just hyper boomers.
Honestly, we should just be dead.
Yeah, I've lived 10,000 years past my expected life expectancy.
It seems that way.
That's it.
Again, I don't know. It might not even be like that old that we're old. It just might also be just we're not on the internet.
We're just like out of touch. You can be out of touch without being old.
You're out of touch.
Yep.
Out of time.
We just don't run in these circles.
Probably, yeah. It's not like it's a bad thing. It's just like...
She says, I feel like y'all are thinking about this too hard. Yeah, honest.
This is like a Zio Rule 3 thing.
Probably.
No adult questions.
Well, just because it's weird when someone says, oh, we're calling them meow meow boys or whatever it was. I'm just like, well, that's very bizarre. Well, there must be an origin to this statement. I don't even know if that's like looking too deep into it. It's just like, well, that's weird. Why is it this? And then you're like, well, it's because cat characters like to kill people. And I'm like, do they? And then I'm like, I guess, if you're talking about like this, and this, then yeah, I guess. But like at the same time, it's like, I don't know. It's not like looking too deep into it if I just want to understand it. And if it doesn't make sense to me, then yeah, I don't know. But like, it just feels weird. Because it's like, I don't know.
Sometimes I just think of it like the kind of eldritch knowledge,
Yes, eldritch knowledge.
Like, if you try to understand it, you're going to go insane.
And again, I don't really begrudge anybody for enjoying things in different ways. I'm totally fine with it, and I don't want anyone to get that, like, mindset.
Yeah, Jamie says sometimes stuff just starts on the internet and takes off for no reason. Yeah, pretty much.
That's the thing, is like, it's the no reason, like the movie Rubber.
Yeah. But, again, I just like, oh, this is a thing. Let me try to understand it, because like so I'm going to hear it probably a lot because it's part of my job, you know, going to shows.
Yeah.
And so it's like, oh,
So when someone uses a word that you have no idea what it means, it's kind of weird. You're like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Especially if I'm getting commission stuff too. Like a lot of times people will say like jargon that I'm not really quite familiar with. So it's part of the job to kind of understand it. But I'm not like trying to say like, oh, this is dumb and people shouldn't have this. Like, nah, I think that's too much. I feel like people need to have their own little ways of communicating with each other that make them happy. I think that's probably like one of the things that's really important in, you know, circles of friends is those little things that make your relationships with your friends unique. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I get you. I mean, there's going to be jargon in any community.
Yeah. So.
It's just a vibe. All right.
But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Some stuff I just don't. I don't know. It's hard to describe.
I'm never gonna get why anyone wants their girlfriend to be like Gosno.
That's.
I just don't get it.
That's. I think that's a little different from like liking, because I think you're allowed to like characters for whatever reason you want to. It doesn't have to make sense to me.
Yeah. I mean,
but I do think that there is some places.
Whatever you want, just keep it away from me.
I do think there are some places where you want to be a bit. You want to like not like be like, oh, this needs to be nipped in the bud. But they're like because that's where people get like to starting to ban books and things like that, and I don't want that. I just like want people to understand that you can have your fun here, but just be real. Just understand that this is a cartoon character. This isn't real, and this isn't how real life works. And I think that's probably me being an adult in this regard. Like, and when I say an adult, I mean like a boring ass adult, rather opposed to being like let kids have fun and let kids be kids. So they're just like, hey, don't actually want to go after X, Y, and Z character.
Okay, see, I understand. This character has the little cat mouth. See, that makes sense.
But yeah, I don't know. That's where I kind of come in and draw the line on some things. I'm like, look, you can have your fun as long as you understand that this is in a, fictional space. But if it starts blending into your reality and real space, then that's when you might have a problem. Like, like whatever, like...
Yeah.
It could be literally anything. I want people to be able to differentiate between fantasy, reality, and have the fun in the fantastical space, but be responsible. And that's probably me being too reasonable, but I don't know. Because I don't know. I don't think it's super. Because there's someone I follow online who is now super obsessed with the Riddler because they're kind of like a Tumblr sexy man, in the sense of they're a murderer and a crazy killer, but they look like a bottom.
Sure.
And so that's their new hyperfixation is this particular character, and drawing them and doing things that's very cutesy and things like that. And you're like, well, it's not canon to the character, but they're having fun with it, so that's their prerogative. They can have the fun with it. But and they seem to understand the hard line of what the character actually is and the kind of funny aspects of it, because of the fact that there's that weird juxtaposition of this character being a serial killer murderer, but the way they just the actor who's playing him is just this very awkward looking teen character. Yeah. I do remember though, one of my so Courtney sent a group chat because she has a bunch of memes that she had saved up for when we finally went and saw this movie.
Ash says Onceler flashbacks.
Yeah.
Jamie says Tumblr sexy man don't typically murder though. I know Ash before that was like, no, not Tumblr sexy man. That's pretty funny.
Just like everyone's like, no, not so.
I mean, sorry, I'm just saying I'm using the word that was used.
Yeah.
In the posts from this person. So again, I don't live.
I think I remember this character. Was this the same person you were into a while ago? No, the Chinese pretty boy Jamie sent.
No,
I don't remember.
wait, what is this picture?
Oh, is this some dude?
Yeah, that's
the same guy.
That's a murder
while
baby.
Back?
That is a murder baby, if I remember correctly, at least. But yeah, people have their fun. But no, there's a comic where the Penguin is like this city will be twinkless, and it's like because it's an old comic, so that word doesn't mean the same thing that it does now. And someone posted, "Oh, finally a real threat." Oh wait, no, the Riddler. Because there was a bunch of posts where it's like, all of y'all headcanoning the Riddler as a top. Did we even watch the same movie? Like, and I'm like, man, Courtney, I love that you're having fun, but like, this is a lot.
Right.
Like, when I watched that movie, I didn't think about, how I want to, fuck this guy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, I was like, this is a good Batman movie, and this is a lot of things that they're trying to talk about and put in this thing where it's a modern era sort of thing. And everyone else is like, yeah, that's not the message I got from this film. The message I got from this film was I really want to fuck the Riddler. And you're like, oh, God. Guys, everyone.
Hey, man, people only exist to be sexualized.
I guess.
That's the only thing they're good for, because that makes more people,
I mean, yeah.
That's it, If people weren't sexualized, they wouldn't be having sex, so...
Yeah, whatever.
I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be the number one thing.
I mean, yeah, sex sells, yada, yada, yada.
So...
But yeah, I just thought that was really funny to see that and just feel like... Oh, man, I guess we all watched a very different film.
Yeah. No, the new Riddler, not the Jim Carrey Riddler.
No, the new one.
Jamie's like the Jim Carrey Riddler. No, the new one.
No. See, Jim Carrey is only being sexualized in the fact that he's in the new Sonic film.
Yeah, that's different.
That's completely different.
Completely different sexualization.
That's a completely different fandom sexualizing him.
Yeah, that's completely different.
It's just very different. Trust me.
Oh, speaking of bizarre fandom sexualization, the second Luffy did the thing where he went down into Kaido and did the balloon thing.
Oh, God.
I was like, oh no, now there's going to be a million disgusting inflation porn things.
Oh, why would you say that?
Because you have to suffer too now.
Look, Twitch has... that's definitely against Twitch terms of service.
Ash says, I thought you were talking about the Jim Carrey Riddler too. No, the new movie. If you guys haven't seen it, the Riddler is the villain.
Yeah. Who's he played by?
I don't know his name. He was that guy that was in Little Miss Sunshine. That was what you told me. I didn't even recognize him until you said that.
There's a name.
Oh yeah, he has a name, obviously.
No, I mean, I have it in my group chat.
Oh, you haven't seen the new one? Okay. Well, I mean, I didn't know if you'd seen a preview or anything. I'm pretty sure it's known that the Riddler...
Paul Dano is the actor.
I'll put a link to the guy's IMDb page. I thought it was actually pretty good. Now, yeah, because we talked about it a while ago, but I think no one was in stream.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Like I said, when we were talking about it last time, I said all it had to do was be better than the last one.
Yeah.
Than any other thing of Batman that's happened in pretty much the last 10 years. I don't think I'm there. Because, I mean, Dark Knight Rises is over 10 years old now, right? Yeah. I'm pretty sure. I'm about 99% sure of that. So, as long as it's better than probably anything Batman made in the last decade.
Yeah, I was definitely in high school when that movie came out.
Yeah. So, it just had to be better than pretty much any Batman thing in the last decade. And it would be considered good. And I think it was. And I think, it's just that it's 3 fucking hours long. I don't know if the movie needs to be 3 hours long.
And it wasn't. It didn't feel like 3 hours. If that's any consolation to it.
I thought it felt kind of somewhere around. It was around There was somewhere where I remembered I was like, yeah, this is a 3-hour movie, but like it wasn't like I want the movie to end. It just was like a long movie. I don't know. I haven't watched a 3-hour movie in a while.
Yeah.
You know, I've watched 3 hours of anime, but you're at your house and you can get up and go to the bathroom. You know?
Yeah, and you can pause.
You can pause. You can do what you want. I'm not stuck in a chair.
Yeah.
So it's been a while. I don't know the last time I went to a theater and watched a 3-hour movie. I actually don't even know off the top of my head if I've ever done that. Maybe. Definitely 2 hours plus, but not 3 hour. So. Yeah, I wish there was an intermission. Oh, you wouldn't have known the Riddler if we didn't tell you? Yeah, I don't know. Again, I knew it was the Riddler because of the marketing for it back in the day.
There was a trailer that had, like, the coffee mug that has the question mark in it. So you're like, oh yeah, obviously the Riddler's in this film.
Yeah, it was, like, known, you know, when they first started working on this movie, I think.
Yeah, and then COVID happened.
But then COVID happened was the issue. So it's kind of like everyone forgot everything that was about it, other than, like, sometimes they'd have a news report that they couldn't film anymore because someone caught COVID on set.
Yeah.
That was about it. So I'm not shocked, but...
Yeah, Jamie says, yeah, bring back intermissions. I agree. Like, if the movie is 3 hours, there should be an intermission.
And I always liked those in the old movies. I think they were kind of cool.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the music plays.
You get to go up to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
You can get like, I think it's great for business because it re-incentivizes you to go get refills of food.
Yeah, you can go get more food. Now, we were watching a studio movie grill, so we could have hit a button if we wanted more food.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
if you're at, like, a generic AMC, and the intermission comes up, and it's, like, 15 minutes or whatever, you can go out to the lobby and get another hot dog.
Yeah.
You know?
You can go spend more money.
Yeah. There's probably a chance I would even do that, actually.
Yeah, no, same.
Like, if I had just eaten a bunch of popcorn, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go get my popcorn refilled, and then I'm like, yo, give me a hot dog, too, you know?
Yeah.
I want to live large, you know? You know, I'm obviously there watching, you know, Avatar 7 or something, probably.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
God, no. I think we were also making fun of Avatar when we were talking about that last time, yeah.
Because that movie also is like one of those things that's an experience.
And we were shocked that Avatar was shorter than Batman.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that, actually.
Yeah.
I had thought for sure the movie was way longer. Because it felt much longer.
Yeah.
Even when I was watching it just in my college dorm room and could stop at any time and had checked out over an hour in, I think.
Yeah, it's not a good movie.
Yeah, so...
It's just not... objectively, it is not a good movie.
So,
But, no, I think the Batman movie was good. I think if you, like, wait until it comes to home video, or, you know, whatever they call it nowadays, streaming, I guess.
I have no clue.
I don't know what it's going to be on first, because it's, like, in theaters only now.
Yeah.
Because it's funny that in theaters only is a selling point for movies to me.
Yeah.
That's, like, hilarious to think about.
Oh, yeah, no, that's wild to think about, because that's, like, never...
The movie is only in theaters now, you know? It's like, well, it's a movie. Like, of course it's a brand new movie, you know? It's just kind of funny to think about that that's the world we live in now.
Yeah, no.
Because, like, you wouldn't need to say that, you know, you're just saying, like, you know, coming to theaters.
Yeah.
You know, normally back in the day, you know, it's like, well, yeah, it's a new movie. Of course it's going to be in the movie theater.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, something you can pause. That's a good way to put it.
In pausable media form. That's the way I want to put that now.
All right.
Yeah, in pausable media form. So.
But yeah, I think the movie was worth watching, I think.
Oh, yeah. It was just weird because, like, I went to go see this film because Eric, a buddy of mine, was like, this movie was trash, and I didn't like any bit of it.
So we knew it was probably good.
It was probably going to be okay.
Yeah, we knew it was probably at least decent.
Yeah, because his opinions are usually, like...
bad?
Yeah. Like,
he has some, quote, hot takes or whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. His takes are, hot, but, like, in the bad way.
Yeah.
It's just weird because, his Usually his tastes just like don't align with ours, basically, is the long and the short of it.
Yeah.
And like he was mad because it felt like a Batman episode from like the cartoon series.
Yeah, he thought it was bad that it was channeling the Batman animated series, which is arguably the best thing in the Batman franchise at all.
Yeah.
And is highly beloved by almost anyone who has watched it.
Yeah, because he was saying I think his argument was it wasn't done very well, but I was like, no, I think he was doing a pretty good job of trying to capture that.
Yeah, I think
feel.
it was fine. Obviously the forced romance between Batman and Catwoman didn't really
because again,
go anywhere.
Which was weird, because you watch the interviews. And you're like, oh yeah, these interviews, they have a really good rapport with each other. They kind of bounce off each other very nicely. So you think that, it's going to be like that in the film, and it
was not like that in the film.
It wasn't.
They
like
talked and had like a smidge bit of like, I mean, what was there, like 5 millimeters of sexual tension? I don't know. It was pretty thin. In my opinion,
it did feel a little thin, and it did feel a little forced, because there was like multiple times where like they looked like they wanted to go for it, but they didn't go for it, and then like you're like, just either do it or don't.
They didn't really like get that like flirty kind of vibe that they do sometimes between Batman and Catwoman,
especially in because it works way better in the animated series, because Bruce Wayne is a bit more social. Oddly to say, he's social.
Yeah.
But especially with
he's also very witty.
Yeah.
So
that's why
his wit will play off of Catwoman's wit in the show.
Yeah, and even this Batman, I think was one of the things that I say they did a pretty good job. Is this Batman actually looks like he will care about another person?
Let's see. Hold on. Jamie says, people on my Tumblr dash only talk about the new Batman because Robert Pattinson being sweaty and wearing eyeliner, and Hideo Kojima adding him to his boy toy collection. Didn't know anything about the Riddler. That's pretty funny.
I do remember that was a thing, with the Hideo Kojima thing. But yeah.
So what, he's going to be in the next Death Stranding is what I'm hearing?
Probably, yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, my understanding of this film is that it does a good job of what it wants to be.
Yeah.
And it knows what it wants to be.
Yeah.
And the only gripe I probably have is that it's there are a few scenes that I'm like, this doesn't need to be here. This film could have been edited down to maybe 2.5 hours, maybe
2 and 45.
2 and 45. If
some scenes dragged a bit, but some scenes I liked when they played out in real time.
Yeah. Because again, also there's just a lot of good, a lot of the stunts, the cinematography, where they hold is really good. The set
stuff was really good. The few parts that were in the Wayne Manor and things like that were really cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff that's going for this film, and there's just parts that you're like, could be here, couldn't be out here. The final scene definitely felt like it dragged a bit. I do think it was funny that Robert Pattinson said that if this film didn't do well, he would start doing porn.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, and everyone's like, we won, but at what cost? Because, I think if they wanted to do another Batman film featuring Robert Pattinson as Batman, I'd probably go see it, maybe.
Yeah, I also kind of liked it because it definitely felt like it was outside of the, quote, MCU, DC vibe, or whatever.
Yeah, where they're trying very hard to, be, because Batman isn't a character that's supposed to be,
it didn't feel like a shitty summer blockbuster superhero movie. Is what I would say.
Yeah.
It still has that, I'd watch it one time and probably not watch it again vibe, almost every movie's made nowadays.
Yeah, especially with superhero films.
Especially the superhero films. Because they don't have any deeper meaning usually than, the superhero is on screen doing super stuff. There's, a little bit of stuff here and there sometimes. I feel like maybe I'm just missing it. I don't know.
This one I think did.
This one had some interesting stuff,
because I
not enough to make me watch it again.
Yeah, but my big thing about this one that I thought was really good was just oh, they did the Riddler a really good way. Like,
yeah, I kind of liked the social commentary on like these, internet communities that become like very radicalized and things like that. I liked that. I thought that was a cool like real world thing to bring in.
Yeah, and plus also like the Riddler was very realistic. It felt believable in our modern era that this would be a person that would be someone who would do these things.
Yeah.
So I liked that aspect of it, where you're like, oh yeah, this feels like something that would be real in some form or fashion.
Yeah.
And then the riddles are good. The characterizations are pretty well done. I have no real gripes or anything in that regard. To think that the film was just a little long.
Yeah, it was a little long, and I thought that like they did a bad job at putting anything between Batman and Catwoman.
Yeah,
like they could have just not had the bad attempts they made, and I think the movie would have been better for it.
Yeah,
because then again, the audience is like wanting more.
Yeah.
If you leave the audience wanting more, it's definitely better than leaving them disappointed, I'd say, usually.
Usually, yeah.
Yeah. If I had to pick between the two,
no, for sure.
I'd say I'd want my audience to want more than to be disappointed. So, that's how I'd put that.
Which is a shame, because, like, it doesn't... It's because the Batman they tried to portray was a bit more,
He didn't feel like he would have a romance with anyone. I mean, to be fair, though, Catwoman just seemed like she was kind of coming on to him, I think, right? From what I remember?
Yeah. It was more her onto him. But, like, even, like...
Jamie says, drank, bitch.
Oh, shit. Is it that time?
That's funny. He is drinking. Can confirm.
But, yeah... I don't know. It's rough. I find that part is probably hard to do, especially when you're like doing a Batman like the one they do in this.
Yeah.
Because I like the concept of a Batman that is having to deal with the consequences of his actions.
Yeah. And like he wasn't very social and suave.
Yeah. Because again, like usually Bruce Wayne is very suave and then like has like a personality. And this Batman also I thought was nice. It's because like Christian Bale's Batman doesn't really have much of a character.
Not really, no.
Same with Ben Affleck's Batman, doesn't have much of a character. This Batman had like an idea of what it wanted to be, and it had a bit more heart behind it. Like when he finds out about all this stuff with his family, him taking that to heart actually felt real, Like, I was like, oh, yeah, I can definitely, this character has, been portrayed as someone who is feeling. Like, there's a character whose dad is killed in the first bit of the episodes. It's not really much of a spoiler. And there's just a lot of scenes where Bruce Wayne and Batman are just staring at this kid, and they're just like,
he sees himself in the child.
Yeah, he sees himself there, and then like there's a part where he actually gets to save the kid multiple times, and it's just like things like that are what bring.
Yeah, he's like kind of saving himself.
Yeah, you see the idea of him saving himself, and there's more humanity to this Batman than there is in like any other film I've seen with Batman.
I would say so,
because like most of the stuff I see was
especially live action ones.
Yeah, because the only like one that I think that had much of a character was the one with the first Joker film with
Michael Keaton.
Yeah, Michael Keaton.
I like Michael Keaton's Batman
because he does a pretty good job of being both Bruce Wayne and being Batman.
I like those movies too, because especially that second one is very weird because it's Tim Burton, so.
Yeah, because
or at least he's involved somehow. I don't remember how much he's involved. Some of the stuff that has his name on it, he's not like too involved in, and then some of the stuff he's really involved in.
Yeah.
So.
No,
but,
I know what you mean.
But those feel really fun. Those movies have a lot of fun in them.
Yeah.
There's some just like funny stuff, They were, I don't know. Maybe it was because I watched them when I was a kid.
Well, yeah, it's because like they were understood that the Batman was kind of close to also being a cartoon character, and like that, like those films like with like Adam West are just very silly.
Oh yeah, the old show.
Yeah,
is hilarious. I love it. Because that is also before Batman the Animated Series.
Yeah.
I don't remember if both of them are before that, but I think they are, though. I'm going to look up Batman the Animated Series real quick.
I know the first one with the Joker is definitely before this show.
Yeah.
Because this is a 90s show, but I don't know what year. So I was still very young. 92. Okay, so I just don't remember the year the second Batman came out. I did see, 92. So actually, when did this come out?
I thought that one, the first one was like 98 or something like that.
Yeah, the first one is...
no, 89. Sorry, 89.
No, never mind. Hold on, this is the wrong one. Yeah, no. Yeah. They have the wrong poster on here. For the link that goes to IMDb, it had the wrong poster, and I was very confused.
Which poster was it?
It's the one for Batman Forever. For some reason, it's like comes up.
The Bat credit card.
Yeah.
Bat
that one went a little too much.
Yeah.
It has some fun stuff, but I wouldn't.
They tried to make Robin too edgy, and
yes, definitely tried to make Robin too edgy.
It was definitely
also, Two-Face kind of is too goofy. You know? Like, Two-Face is a more serious character.
Yeah.
And that's why it would work if you had the more serious Two-Face with the goofy Riddler, you know?
Yeah.
Because that balances out, which is what they were trying to do, but they just kind of made Two-Face a little too goofy. But yeah, so this came out, in June? So it was already filmed well before anyway. Oh, and then the animated series came out later that year.
Okay.
So yeah, so that's why it has definitely a different vibe, because it can't go off of it. But... I knew the first one was, because the first one I'm pretty sure is from the 80s.
Yeah, it's like 89.
Yeah, that's what I want to say.
I think that's right.
Yeah, 89.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
I actually have seen the giant little rubber duck car thing.
Oh, really?
Penguin had that thing or whatever. I forgot what it was. It's like something you can drive, right?
Yeah.
That giant duck.
Yeah.
I've seen that in person.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I used to go to some cars. My dad used to go to car shows a lot with his Challenger, and we'd go with them, and that was at some of them.
That's pretty funny.
There was a big one at some sort of convention center around Dallas, so there's all these cars parked inside and all this cool stuff. And yeah, that was there. It was huge. I don't know if it was huge just because I was a kid or if it was huge in real life. I think it was pretty big. Mm-hmm. It was crazy to see it. I was like, it's the thing from the movie,
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
So,
because
I used to have a little Hot Wheel up too.
I do remember that toy, yeah.
Yeah. So I've seen that thing in person. It was crazy. But
yeah,
I'd say, I still think that he's probably the best Batman.
Yeah, Michael Keaton, yeah.
Yeah, for the live-action ones. He's probably the best one.
Because that's a good mix.
At least I think those movies are the best ones. I don't think George Clooney was, the worst, but those movies aren't as good.
Yeah.
George Clooney's a good actor, though, so...
Yeah, but I mean, even a good actor can be given a bad script.
That's what I'm saying, is, George Clooney can only do as much as George Clooney can. The rest of the movie's gonna fail on its own. So
pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, I did like that Alicia Silverstone was Batgirl in one of those, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's just because I like her. I think she's a good actress usually.
Mm-hmm.
So. At least from what I remember.
Yeah, because it also sucks too, because a lot of the villains that are in Batman just don't work in live action.
No, I feel like they don't work as well. Yeah,
because unless it also just depends on if you're doing live action, case in point, this film in particular would not work with Poison Ivy. Poison Ivy wouldn't work.
You'd have to redo Poison Ivy a lot. Like I'd say, you have to take the real magic and mystique kind of out of Poison Ivy.
You'd have to make it some sort of trick.
Yeah. You just have to make it she knows a lot about plants and she uses poison a lot.
Yeah.
There's probably some plant-based traps, but it definitely can't be how Poison Ivy is now.
Yeah.
In a lot of other stuff where she just telepathically controls plants and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That would not work in this universe.
No.
It would feel very out of place.
You'd have to do some of the more grounded characters like Black Mask, Two-Face, Hugo Strange.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of things about
Yeah,
because you couldn't do Mr. Freeze, and I really don't like that you can't do Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, I would say Mr. Freeze is one of the best Batman villains. When he's done right, obviously.
Yeah, when he's a Shakespearean tragedy.
Yeah. Because we talked about this last time, too, in the stream when we talked about the Batman, how the Mr. Freeze animated movie was so good.
Yeah. And that's like
Mr. Freeze is an amazing character in that universe.
Yeah, and you just can't do.
And then he's just absolutely wacky goofball Arnold Schwarzenegger who killed the dinosaurs. You know,
you're just like, this is rough.
So it doesn't work, you know, when he's like, "Oh, my dead wife, I will save you." Yeah. You know, like it's not. It doesn't quite work in the same breath here.
Not really, no. Yeah, you can't really make that work.
Mm-hmm. It's a tough job.
Try as you might.
Tough job.
It's really
tough job is what I would say there.
Like the designs for the costume are really cool. But...
those had amazing costuming. Those movies had great. Other than the bat nipples. Yes. Other than the bat nipples, like the rest of the costuming was very good in those movies.
Yeah, it's tough, man. Again, it's just tough in general.
So I really liked it.
To make superhero films work in live action. There's like a weird because you know the suspension of disbelief.
Jamie is saying well, she had said just go full camp, but now she says no, the bat nipples made it. Okay. Yeah, go full camp back to bat nips. That's what she's saying. So,
which would be fine. I don't think that would actually work though, in the sense of like what people want to see, like what sells and shit like that. Most people
right now the super dark and gritty era I think is finally over.
Yeah.
The dark grit for dark's sake I think is finally over. Because the DC movies just killed it because they were the extreme of it.
Yeah, and you have to. It's like a pendulum. It kind of.
Yeah, they were just too far. It was just too far. That's why they're basically resetting them all anyway because they're doing Flashpoint with the Flash movie.
Yeah, apparently also that actor is kind of an asshole. Apparently
for the Flash.
For the Flash for the movies, not for the TV show.
Yeah. I figured that's what you meant.
Yeah, the movie. He's been constantly being arrested for getting into bar fights.
Really?
Yeah.
Why are you getting in bar fights when you're rich? How stupid can you be?
I mean, yeah, you got ego.
What? You're being paid, I would say probably millions, I would hope, to be the Flash in these huge DC movies and you're out fighting people in bars? What? I
don't know. That's
that doesn't make any sense.
I just know that he got arrested. And then
that's so dumb.
But he's not going to be taken out of the film.
No way. Jamie says, how do you know bat nips won't sell? Oh, the go full camp was in regards to Poison Ivy. Yeah, I just it just doesn't fit with the tone of the movie, I think.
Well, because I'm not saying it doesn't fit if we want to keep with this Robert Pattinson film.
Yeah.
Now, if you, like you said, go all the pendulum all the other way back to, bat nips and everything else, then you could do super campy Poison Ivy with stuff.
Yeah, and I would be fine with that. Don't get me wrong. I actually want us...
As long as it works within itself, that's the thing. It's the whole tone of the movie, I feel like, has to be that. Otherwise, you get weird juxtapositions of stuff.
Yeah, because I think, actually, if I'm being honest with you, this universe could possibly do a Mr. Freeze movie.
Mm-hmm.
Because, again, there's high-tech shit all the time. They'll just have to kind of explain it.
Yeah.
And, again, you would have to, kind of do a little different for maybe...
I feel like it would need some setup. That guy, Victor Freeze would have to be in the movie before.
Yeah.
And it would have to be something, I feel like.
Yeah.
Just as a way to, warm it up, maybe. Oh, that's funny, warm it up for Mr. Freeze. But yeah. I don't know, you know what I mean?
No, I feel you.
Again, maybe they wouldn't need that. I don't know.
I just know...
I don't know
the
movie doesn't exist, so I haven't seen it yet.
Minor spoiler for the film, though. I do know that they're trying to hype up the Joker again. And, I'm getting tired of that. That character is always what they go to if they feel like they need to sell a film.
I'm hoping that's misdirection.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping that's misdirection, and I just want a completely different villain.
Again, because I think you could, there's so many characters that are in the Batman lore that are underutilized and that are just more interesting characters.
I'll say this again, and I'll always say it. Bro, I want that ventriloquist dummy.
Yeah?
That guy was cool as fuck in the show. Something about just the villain is a puppet. It's fucking awesome to me.
That's
so cool.
Yeah, I'd actually really like Clayface.
Oh, Clayface was awesome.
Yeah, because Clayface was an interesting character as well.
Jamie says, hype up the Joker, then immediately kill him off screen, please.
Hell, I'd be down.
That's really funny.
Yeah, because, I'm so tired of it. I've seen it a million times. I don't need it again.
Yeah.
And it is kind of funny to have the Joker and the Riddler be in the same cell next to each other because they're the same character.
They're very similar, yes.
They're both very chaotic. They both have like a gimmick of jokes and things like that, or like a very a sense of humor that is very, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, you know, like Riddler kills somebody with rats because the guy is a dirty rat. Like, things like that, where it's like this is a play on, you know, like this, that, and the other with whatever they think is right and what is justice. But like, fuck, man, like I can't.
I like. There's stuff about the Joker that is interesting, but I just think the Joker has been done to death at this point, and that, like, most of the Joker fans have ruined the Joker,
right.
You know? So, plus the Joker got his movie just a little bit ago, like...
Yeah.
You know...
I'm trying to think of all the Batman villains that we have. Let's go to Batman here. We got...
The Riddler is way better by virtue of not being the Joker.
Pretty much,
also
yeah.
Jim Carrey. I liked the Joker... I liked the Joker... when was again back in the Michael Keaton movie, you know, because he feels like just a real criminal who has his own twist, you know, like.
Yeah. Killer Croc, you could probably never do that.
Because I also do like that the Batman's villains are generally, you know, like, you know, there's the crime element to all of them. Like, Brainiac's usually out to take over the world or some shit. He's not just like, I'm going to use my ultimate powers to gamble on the stock market, make all the money in the world, buy out Superman's house, buy the land rights to Antarctica and drill away the Fortress of Solitude. You know? Like, he doesn't do that, as far as I know. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Now, I know Lex Luthor is smart enough to steal all those pies.
Yes.
But I don't know if Brainiac ever did some shit like that. He probably has. He's been around for like
you could
8 years.
You could do Black Mask. Black Mask will work.
Black Mask is very real.
Yeah, because he's much more of a corrupt businessman and crime lord sort of character.
Scarecrow. Yeah, the Scarecrow could be good.
Yeah, they did the Scarecrow in that other one, but they did a really poor job with him.
Yeah, that was in Batman Begins. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it wasn't very interesting.
I liked the Mad Hatter. He was cool in the show.
Yeah, I just personally want Herbert West, the guy from Reanimator, to play I said this last time.
Yeah.
I want him to play the Scarecrow.
He would be so cool as the Scarecrow.
Because he was the Scarecrow in the animated series, and that was just really cool as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Deadshot. Oh, it's this guy.
Yeah, Deadshot would work. I mean, he's just a mercenary.
Yeah, Firefly. Who's this guy again?
I don't remember that guy.
He was like Pyromaniac guy. Oh, that's right. Yeah, he was in... They put him in that... what was it? The Batman TV show. It was like a bit more like a younger Bruce Wayne in college.
Oh, I know what we're talking about.
Yeah, he's like some pyromaniac guy who made like a Firefly thing, costume, some sort of like shit like that.
Yeah, no.
I don't. Yeah, Hugo Strange would be an interesting.
Hugo Strange would be fucking awesome.
Yeah,
I would love a movie that has him in it. That'd be really cool.
Oh,
he was one of the few people to just figure out Bruce Wayne's Batman by himself.
Oh, Hush is an interesting character.
There's also a really good episode, if I remember right, in the animated series that has Hugo Strange.
Yes.
Where he's like really fucking with Batman's brain and shit, like making him like messing with his memories and all this crazy shit. It's like that would be really good in a movie because you could do some Inception style shit and things like that. You know, just weird space and things like that.
You could definitely do a good Hugo Strange film.
Yeah, Hugo Strange, and again, I like the lower power scale, like the personal stuff. I feel like Batman always works good when the conflict is personal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and again, Mr. Freeze is probably definitely much better in character as well because he's a very good character.
Yeah, Mr. Freeze is great. I'm always down for Mr. Freeze.
I don't want to do another Ra's al Ghul film. I do not care for that character.
Yeah, I mean he's whatever. The thing is, once you get to Ra's al Ghul, I think you kind of have to start doing stuff with like Talia and Damien and things like that.
Solomon Grundy is another character. He's all right. I don't know.
Yeah, he's whatever.
Two-Face, we've talked about.
Yeah, Two-Face is easy. He's been done recently though. So
who the fuck is Victor Shash?
I don't remember who that is.
Neither do I. Anarchy, Black Man, Calendar Man.
Yes, Calendar Man. Who's the guy with the bandaged up face that was in Arkham Asylum? That guy would be tight too.
I don't know who that is.
You know who I'm talking about?
I do, but I can't remember what his name is.
Yeah, that guy would work in the game. Or he was in the game and he worked really well, so he would work in a movie.
I mean, if we're going for like ridiculous dumb villains, we gotta get what's his name, Egghead in. that
Oh,
Vincent
yeah.
Price played
Yeah.
in the old show.
Or Kite Man.
Yes, Kite Man for sure, like from Brave and the Bold.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there was that Ragdoll guy. That guy was a weird one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird characters and stuff like that. The Tweedledee and Tweedledum people.
I remember them. Yeah, they were in the show a couple times.
Yeah. I think she makes me wonder from Arkham Asylum, because that was something else too that we talked about.
I don't know if it's Arkham Asylum. I don't know which game it is specifically.
No. I was thinking of Arkham Asylum because they actually had a whole thing where it was like you get a bunch of like detailed reports about villains and stuff like that.
Yes, that's true.
But no, what I thought was interesting was that the fights were very unchoreographed.
Yes, I really like that the fights didn't feel over choreographed. For sure. They felt just very clunky, very much like how a real untrained person would fight. You know?
Like, that's definitely always... I kind of like when the fights can be like that. It's, it adds a little bit more to the film.
Definitely. Yeah, Batman's just it has a lot more interesting villains, in my opinion, but...
Oh, yeah, Batman is always, like... Definitely, the stuff really has to do with his villains, like, for sure. But I think we went through most of the better villains, though, it looks like.
Yeah, because there's this Jaws guy who just, like, marks himself for every kill he's got.
Yeah.
Killer Croc.
Killer Croc would work, maybe. I mean, but he was in that Suicide Squad movie, right?
Yeah.
So they're probably not going to bring him back, I don't think.
I'm shocked that in the Birds of Prey film, they never had any...
Hush! That's this guy's name.
Hush, yeah.
Hush. This guy.
Yeah, Hush is an interesting character to use.
Yeah, I feel like he would be really good.
Yeah, there's a lot of things you can do. Yeah, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
But yeah, no, Clayface would definitely be really cool.
It'd be a lot of fun, because again, he's just very creepy in general.
Yeah, all the cool forms. I mean, the Penguin is really good too, so I hope that the Penguin is in there again. I'm not sure, like, he's not, like, the best main villain.
He's always good in the side.
But he is a really good side villain, like, for sure.
Alright.
I think he's a really good side villain. But yeah, Deathstroke. Deathstroke would be good.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
kind of the same as Deadshot, but yeah. Who else? I got Scarecrow on this list. Yeah, and Hugo Strange for sure.
Talia al Ghul, Bane.
Yeah,
They did Bane.
They did Bane already in the last Nolan one.
I just don't want to have to deal with that again.
Yeah. Oh, a Court of Owls movie.
Oh, yeah, that would be
Because
really
that
sick.
animated movie is actually pretty good.
Yeah, and that actually would work in the very real, like...
Yeah, that setting, I think,
Yeah.
it would actually work pretty well.
Yeah, that actually would be pretty perfect for the setting
This
of
could
this
have
film.
tied into the Falcone thing
Yeah,
also, too.
that's interesting.
Because it's also Bird reference.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah, they could easily go to some Court of Owls kind of thing. So... Like, I kind of like Raj al Ghul, but I do get what you're saying where, like, some of the other stuff doesn't quite work in
With the magic and stuff.
Yeah.
This doesn't quite feel like the most magic-filled universe.
Yeah.
So...
Oh.
I still think the one part in the movie that was the weirdest part was at the end when Batman was with the soldiers.
Yeah.
That felt so out of place.
You want to grab that since we're going to wrap up here?
Like I said, that felt really like post 9/11 propaganda.
Yeah, for real.
You know, like I was like, why is Batman helping the army here, like in this weird way? Like it just looks awkward.
Yeah, because the army's probably just like, what the fuck is this
They're
Batman?
like, who is this weird fucking guy? You know, like. Well, this Lena one looks so good though, dude. I love it. Oh man, yeah. And then we got Haruko over here. So, but yeah, these look really good.
Yeah.
So
We'll be back on Monday and some more original stuff.
zooming around there. All right. Problem is, I get your pale ass legs in there because you have shorts on. You know, just looks funny.
So sorry.
No, I'm just
Cover my pale ass legs.
no,
up
I'm
real
just
quick.
joking around.
No, that's fine. All right, we're good. We're caught.
As long as there's no feet pics on stream.
Yeah, you got to pay for those.
Yeah, you gotta pay for that.
Go to our OnlyFans. Go to our OnlyFans if you want pics of my feet.
You degenerates.
You filthy, filthy animals, you.
No, but yeah, that's the stream. The Batman movie was good. I would recommend it. It is long, though.
It is long, just,
I think it's worth one solid watch.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. But if you're not the biggest Batman fan, then obviously you can pass.
Yeah.
You know?
Obviously.
I don't think any of those Batman movies is a cinematic must-watch masterpiece, you know?
No, not even like Dark Knight, which is like probably one of the better ones made.
Yeah, I would argue if you've never seen it, you probably don't need to watch it.
Yeah.
Like, that would be my... If someone asked me, like, dude, I've never seen that movie, should I watch it? No. You know, no, there's no point.
No.
No, you're fine.
Yeah, that film is very much a product of its time.
Yeah, exactly. But like, here's the BFI, top 10. Go watch these movies first.
Yeah, right. All right.
Go watch these first. But
yeah, we'll catch you all on Monday.
All right. Yeah, we're gonna bounce anyway. So have a good night, Jamie. Have a good night, Ash.
And watch a Funky Space Wizard.
Yeah, like we said, what, Monday, right?
Monday. Be there.
All right. See y'all later.